4 people are dead and another 12 others injured after a small car got stuck underneath a semi-trailer, causing a major accident Monday afternoon on Highway 440 in Laval, Quebec. After the car and semi-trailer struck each other, they collided with another truck, said Christian Grand Mason of the Laval Fire Department. That started a chain reaction that eventually involved another 6 vehicles. One of these also got stuck underneath the semi-trailer. Provincial police had initially said only 3 vehicles were involved in the crash, and the collision ignited a large fire, and smoke could be seen from several kilometers away, resulting in 3 people being pronounced dead at the scene, and a 4th body was found in the wreckage Monday evening. 12 others were taken to hospital, including some first responders, with 3 of those that are in critical condition. First responders discovered about 10 small canisters of propane inside one of the trucks, along with household items. Grand Mason said the propane may have triggered a minor explosion while the other truck was transporting vegetables. The fire broke out at around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday near Industrial Boulevard. Firefighters had the blaze under control by 5 p.m., and Highway 440 is an east-to-west route that runs between Highways 13 and 25. The highway reopened to traffic at around 5 a.m. Tuesday.
People that have been hit by bullets, and out of the 11 occurrences, 4 have had either 2 or more people that have been victims, and 33% of these shootings that have occurred in the northwest end of the city.
Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders said a nightclub shooting that left 5 people injured early Monday is, quote, very bothersome, but also very solvable. During a news conference following a violent Simcoe Day weekend in the city, Saunders said that from Saturday to Monday, police were called to 11 separate firearm incidents. Shortly before 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, police responded to a 12th gun-related incident in the Lawrence Heights area just south of the Yorkdale shopping mall. One man was taken to hospital with gunshot injuries, which Toronto police and paramedics say were serious but non-life-threatening. A second victim made it to the hospital on their own, police said. Several hours later, police said multiple gunshots were heard in an area in the city's northwest. Police located 1 victim suffering from gunshot wounds, and the victim's injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. A total of 16 people were left with gunshot wounds over the long weekend, and 33% of those incidents happened in the northwest end of the city, Saunders added. North Korea on Tuesday continued to ramp up its weapons demonstrations by firing unidentified projectiles twice into the sea while lashing out at the United States and South Korea for continuing their joint military exercises that the North says could derail fragile nuclear diplomacy. South Korea's military alerted reporters of the launches minutes before an unidentified spokesperson of the North's foreign ministry released a statement denouncing Washington and Seoul over the start of their joint exercises Monday. The statement said the drills, which North Korea sees as an invasion rehearsal, leave the country compelled to develop, test, and deploy the powerful physical means essential for national defense. The North spokesperson said Pyongyang remains committed to dialogue, but it could seek a new road if the allies don't change their positions. 2 countries issued travel warnings to their citizens about the United States following 2 mass shootings that killed 31 people. Both Venezuela and Uruguay warned their residents about violence and hate crimes in the United States Monday. Uruguay's Office of Foreign Ministry issued an advisory Monday saying citizens should, quote, take precaution amid the growing indiscriminatory violence, specifically hate crimes including racism and discrimination, when traveling to the United States. The alert noted the other factors, such as the indiscriminate possession of firearms by the population and the impossibility of authorities to prevent these situations, were among some of the reasons travelers need to be particularly wary of highly populated areas or events. Uruguay's warning also suggested avoiding the cities of Detroit, Baltimore, and Albuquerque, as they were listed as part of the 20 most dangerous cities in the world, according to the CEO World Magazine 2019 Index. Venezuela's Foreign Ministry office also issued a warning to residents Monday, saying Venezuelans should postpone their travels or exercise caution when traveling as a result of the events in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. The statement posted by the Foreign Ministry said that the recent proliferation of violent acts and hate crimes needs to be considered by those planning to travel into the U.S. In April, the U.S. State Department gave Venezuela its highest travel advisory, Level 4, Do Not Travel, citing crime, civil unrest, and the arbitrary arrest and detention of U.S. citizens. Hong Kong protesters held an inaugural People's Press Conference on Tuesday to condemn what they called the government's empty rhetoric and instances of alleged police abuse. 3 protesters who spoke to reporters said the briefing was intended to counter the regular government and police news conferences in which authorities have repeatedly decried violent acts by some pro-democracy demonstrators. Some officers have shown total lack of self-discipline, said an activist using the pseudonym Jerry Chan, as many rally participants have chosen to hide their identities because they fear official retribution. Hong Kong has seen a string of demonstrations that began in June against proposed extradition legislation that would have allowed some criminal suspects to be sent to mainland China to stand trial. While the government has since suspended this bill, protesters have pressed on with broader calls for democratic reforms, an investigation into the police brutality allegations, and for the city's leader to step down.